Yeah, I'm Corey Pegues. I'm a retired deputy inspector from the 6-7 Precinct, the first black deputy inspector in the history of the New York City Police Department. It was important for me to come out here because gun violence is on the precipice of really ruining this city, not even the city, just country. We got to get a hold of the gun violence. And so any part that I could do, I created the God Squad. I actually was the person that brought the God Squad together to try to help police interject with some of the violence that's going on in the community. And so for 11-year run for them to create it to what it is today, I'm very proud to have been a part of such a wonderful organization. My message to young people in general, for all the young people, is today with technology, this thing right here, and cameras all over the place. The police know everything. Big Brother's always watching. There's no more secrets. It's not when I was young 40 years ago you could get away with stuff. You can't get away now. So what you're doing now, all the police do is build up a case. They just watch you make 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cells, and then they lock you up for 10 cells as opposed to one, because 10 cells is going to get you 6 years as opposed to one cell getting you a week or 30 days in jail. So Big Brother's always watching, and there's so much that you can do to change your life today. You got the internet at your hands. There's so many things you could do to live a positive life. Get out of the crime. Bloods, Crips, Nietas, MS-13s. The biggest gang in America is the police, so you can't beat them. So why not join them and try to change your life and help?
Rainbow Car Service, 718-498-4444.
Instead of giving 4 years to prison, give 4 years to college, and then maybe you could finesse that into a $100,000 job because you got your education. The reason education is important, higher education, because it helps you critically think. If you're going for a job with somebody that don't have a higher education, I promise you, you're not going to be able to critically think like that person with a degree. So that's the reason why you have to go to college. It's going to help you in so many different ways, and it'll improve your life. Every generation want to do better than the generation before. It's very important for the NYPD to partner with the clergy, because the clergy has the biggest audience in the country every single week. You can't go nowhere else without a big audience bigger than the church. So if you can get a relationship with the church, they can filter your message and get your message out to the masses. And hopefully we bridge that gap between the community and the police, and we'll have a harmonious relationship. And crime goes down, and everyone feels safe, and your value of your houses go up, and quality of life is improved.
11 years ago, he was the first African-American commander in the 67th Precinct. He brought all the clergy. This was impossible, to bring all clergy from different denominations together, focused on one issue and reducing gun violence. It was this man who did it. And today, we can honestly say we're grateful for the work that you did. We're grateful that Ray Kelly brought you to this command and brought us together at that particular time. It was important for the reduction of gun violence in Central Brooklyn. So now, we're going to be a model, not just for the city of New York, not just for the state of New York, but for the nation. And so, Mr. Corey Pegues, once a cop, that's the guy.
The book is a bestseller, 2-time award-winning author, Once a Cop, The Street, the Law, 2 Worlds, 1 Man. Look out for the feature documentary hitting movie theaters in January, A Cops and Robbers Story. I'm just happy to be here at the 6-7 Precinct. Well, the misconception with stop and frisk, because NYPD abused it, is that people really believe that stop and frisk was created by the NYPD, but it wasn't. It's this case law around the country. Terry versus Ohio, 1968. It was a case where there was like 3 young men in the middle of the night peering through a window, and a cop saw him, and then they went back and they peered in the window again, and then he was able to stop, question, and frisk, and he ended up locking one of them up, and they took it to the United States Supreme Court, and they gave out the decision that no, if a cop believes that there's criminality afoot, they have reasonable suspicion or probable cause that someone is committing a crime, they should be able to stop, question, or frisk them for their safety. So this isn't an NYPD thing. But what happened with the NYPD, they over-abused it, and they just was doing jump outs and just throwing everybody against the wall. They wasn't looking for the reasonable suspicion or the probable cause. But if we can get the message out to the people, what stop, question, and frisk is, what the case law is around the country. It's not just an NYPD thing. Any cop in America can stop, question, and or frisk somebody based on case law from 1968. And if we get that message out, like I just gave you a history lesson that you didn't even know about. So imagine doing a meeting and having that message sent out to the masses. It will help, because we got to do something with these guns. We just can't have these criminals running around and nobody's touching them.
Phase 2, 9117 Avenue L is the newest event space in Canarsie, Brooklyn.
Biggest problem with guns is they're coming in. 95, the pipeline, the guns are coming in. Listen, the NRA, you're never going to be able to stop the NRA. It's a big money-making business. It's big lobbyists. They pay a lot of money for politicians to support them. So you're never going to get rid of the NRA. So I'm of the mindset, my new mindset is, listen, forget about gun control, because you're not going to be able to stop it. I'm saying bullet control. How about making bullets so hard to purchase that they can't? Because guns don't kill people, bullets do. So if you make guns so hard to buy, like you charge $300 a box of bullets, people not just going to spend $300 for a box of bullets. So you got to make the guns. If Congress is never going to touch gun legislation. It's never going to happen. But you can do bullet legislation in your local community. Make it really tough for people to get bullets, because guns can't kill people. I can hit you with a gun all day. You're not going to die. But if I put a bullet in it and shoot it, you're going to die.
Rainbow Car Service 718-498-4444.
Phase 2, 9117 Avenue L is the newest event space in Canarsie, Brooklyn.
Invite What's Up New York to your next event.
Give us a call.
347-777-9277.
Brought a bitter tonic. It's bitter, but it's good. Mr. Printer.